Cruelty. Cruelty is something that we experience, or at least we see on a daily basis, whether that's on the news, whether that's from people that we know. But cruelty is something that is very consistent in this world that we live in. Because the world we live in is such a dark place, because the majority of the world feels so negative. It just feels like people are here to do harm rather than to do good. People would rather sit in a negative zone rather than push themselves to be in a positive zone. And the reason why I want to focus on cruelty is because there are serious problems happening in this world. But for some bizarre reason, people like to focus on certain things in life that are just not important, that are just not worth their time, things that are just somewhat pathetic, shall I say. But in this situation here, we talk about cruelty because this is a real life situation where it makes you wonder, why did you wake up one day and think that this was okay to be done? Now, I do apologize because I was meant to make this video about a few days back, but I couldn't because I was moving, right? But we're here now. And one thing that I will say is that disclaimer, because what I'm about to tell you is not going to be the best thing to hear and not even going to be the best thing to even imagine in your mind. But before we continue, let's give a big shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, including Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, with that being said, there is a dog called Nala. Nala, it was a Pitbull. And this is Nala here in front of your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Nala was a Pitbull that was adopted by a couple, or at least she was on the attempt of being adopted, because what happened was that she was obviously at a shelter. This family, two people came along and said, listen, we want to adopt a dog. But obviously, you know, what happened was with these companies in particular, they have this thing where you take the animal away for about a week or so, and you have a test run to see if you can make some sort of a bond. And if you can't, then I guess you don't go through with it. But again, let's go back to the word cruelty. Cruelty, because it makes me wonder, did these people have this planned? And most importantly, why did they have this planned? Why do they think this is okay? And again, I go back to what I'm saying. We live in a world of just darkness. We live in a world where people just want to focus on negative energy rather than positive energy. People want to focus on things that don't even matter to them. That, you know, I'm kind of going to the point there. Sorry, when I talk about cruelty is something that just expands in so many different avenues because of the world we live in. And the sad thing is, when it comes to this dog itself in particular, let me just read to you, ladies and gentlemen, exactly what was presented to me, and we can go from there. The backstory is this. They kept in touch with me the first and second day. On the third day, when I asked for pictures of Nala, I was ignored. I sent multiple texts throughout that day, and all went unanswered. On day 4, I received a picture of Nala in the car and stating they were going to AL to visit her mother. Day 5 and 6, nothing. On day 7, we sent the closest foster we had to the house. She sent her son outside and told our foster she gave Nala to her brother. She pulled background checks on all family members, both in Florida and AL. I'm not too sure what that is. We spoke to several family members that knew nothing about Nala, including her brother, who Nala was not with. During the second week of investigation, we spoke to her family, neighbors, local vets, AC, microchip company, and retained a lawyer. In the meantime, I continued to sending threatening text messages for the return of Nala to us. Finally, 2 days ago, the husband replies and says Nala ran away on the second day they had her. Nala isn't a runner. We knew she didn't run. They live on 10 acres with only one neighbor. At this point, we believe Nala is still on their property, either alive or deceased. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this situation itself in particular, it has come out that... Okay, let me read the next bit, because what happened after this is that, you know, law enforcement had to be involved. We will be pursuing both civil and criminal charges on the Malone family. What they did to Nala is too disturbing for details. I want to say thank you to Washington County PB and Chipley Animal Control for going above and beyond today and giving us the closure Nala deserved. Today, 8th. Obviously you guys say differently to the Okay, but on the 27th of April marks the end of his search for the beginning of a fight for justice. We will not rest until the Malones are held accountable for their actions. So, I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, without even going into extra detail and really going into what has happened here, but it is very evident that an animal has been mistreated. An animal has... The fact is this. I am making this video because there is a petition going around right now, which I will link in the description, to sign a petition where justice needs to be served. Right now, if you type into Google, Bing, whatever search engine you use, type in justice for Nala, you see so many things popping up on a daily basis. There's even Facebook groups and everything being made. I believe when this topic was when this situation, this situation was presented to me a couple of days ago, I believe the Facebook group was on about 28k followers of people. I believe now it's probably grown since then, you know. But right now there is a growing amount of people or dog owners who are seeking justice for Nala, because at the end of the day, this man and woman, the Malones, it's just sad to think that cruelty, let's go back to cruelty. We live in a world of cruelty, dark place. People go out here, a dog that's done no harm to no one. No harm to no one. They just went and got it. I'll end the video as it is here, ladies and gentlemen. But if you'd like to be a part of the petitions, the link will be down below. If you want to search and find out more about the situation, you can do so. And you know, and yeah, because at the end of the day, right now, it is justice for Nala, and that is just the bottom line. And it is disgusting that these two have gotten away with this heinous crime. And it's disgusting that not only have these two got away with this heinous crime, but nonetheless, have a look in the comment section for the links for the petition, and then you can do your own searches on Google and whatnot, because yeah, we're done, we're out. Peace. Thank you so much for your time.